Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG and we're located on the north spawn of Glacier. And it's under the command of Goliath Killer 1.
Let's get this show on the road.
Battle has commenced. Now he's armed with the 8-inch howitzer. I know it's the 8-inch because it doesn't extend over the front of the vehicle. As you may know, the M53 M55 actually uses the chassis of the M46 pattern tank, but it's interchangeable as to which gun you actually use. You can use the 8-inch howitzer, that would make it an M55, or you could use the 155mm gun, which would make it an M53. Okay, he's found his firing position and he's looking for the enemy. And we can see one of them straight away. It's a Tiger 1 just coming into view. He's lining it up and getting the aim dialed in. And the Tiger 1 stopped at that corner to take shots. And there's an IS. Oh, fires around at the IS. And 200 hit points of splash and a considerable amount of stun assists directly afterwards. Now, what's he looking at now? There's a Tortoise, and behind him a VK101P. And he's almost reloaded. It is quite a long reload on the M53, M55, about 35 seconds. So you have got a long time to wait and work out which one you're going to hit next. And he goes for the Tortoise. Oh well, it was just fired a little too late. And the Tortoise managed to drive on, so he only splashed it for 93 hit points. But that's right at the edge of the lake, and that's near the water area. If you'd actually got it a little closer to the water, I think that might have broken through the ice. Now he's looking towards the south because he's expecting some enemy to appear there. There's a steer mill near those bushes. That's a usual TD spot. Dialing in. But instead he switched back to that Tortoise. Now, it is the 8-inch howitzer, so he's got a limited amount of ammunition. Hasn't got that much. Fires one at the Tortoise and... oh, well, he hits both the Tortoise and the Tiger. And he stuns both of them. And he stunned the VK, who we couldn't see, who was directly behind him. But looks like the other Arty on our team is firing at that VK as well. Now the other Arty is a GW Panther, the tier 7. This is a tier 9 game. We're the tier 9 Arty. Fires around it and oh yes, that was better. That hit the Tortoise of 313 and did the Tiger for 31. And the Tortoise has been taken out by the GW, which means he picks up the stun assist as well. Going to Goliath Killer. That Tiger is backing up. We're almost reloaded. He's side scraping around the corner. If he carries on doing that, Goliath Killer will put a round right on top of him. Oh, now round out. Yes, 385, and the GW follows up and finishes him off. This is working very, very nicely indeed. Now, what have we got over here? The steer mill's gone down. We're 2 tanks up on the enemy. There's a Centurion there. 251. There was a Centurion. He's gone. Now there's a Pershing in the gap. I think he's underneath the citadel of that battleship. Pretty sure it is a battleship. There's the Pershing. Round out. Ooh, 459. That's very nice indeed. Now he's looking under that overhang. Is the Batchat 25 tons still there? Well, T-30's moving around the perimeter. with 2 tanks ahead on the enemy now at the moment. There's a VK101P over there. Well, I don't think we can actually get a shot on him because I think he's underneath the carrier. Yeah, I think the shell would actually hit the top of the carrier. Yeah, he can't shoot the VK there. And unfortunately, we just lost our SU-152 to the VK. Now, he can get a shot on the bat chat if we can spot it. Dialing in on the Pershing. There's the bat chat. And he's underneath the overhang, so we can't hit him. All going to battle assistant. Can we? Yes, I think we might be able to actually. And yes, we get a lovely big hit. 966 hit points. Looks like we might have hit the weak armor. And that bat chat's retreating rapidly. Unfortunately, the enemies managed to claw back the deficit that they had. We're now even. There's 6 tanks on either side. Chariot is holding the northwest corner, trying to stop that VK101P making his way to this cap. But we occupy most of the center of the map, the 45 TP, the SU-101 and the T-54. There's the VK. Can we get a shot on him? Well, we're going to try, and no, it hit the rock face or the ice. Okay, he's coming down from this position and changing position. Obviously, there are still 2 Arty on the enemy team. Doesn't want to give them a chance to try and spot him. Work out, and they might be able to spot him. At least they might be able to see the tracer from the position he was in. He's looking where the bat chat was last seen. I don't think the bat chat will be there. I think he will have moved back to his own cap area. There's the VK. Now we can get shots forward of him, but it's difficult to get a shot while he's behind that side of the aircraft carrier. It's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. No one wants to expose themselves for fear that they will give their team or lose their team a tank and thereby allow the others to win. GW is changing position as well, so that will probably help fool the enemy. But from this position, we can't get a better angle on the VK. There's the bat chat. Oh, he's come up a long way. Our turret is slewing around. He's after the SU-101. The SU-101's not going to last. We fire around into the bat chat. Oh, what a good shot! That was an excellent shot, considering it was a bit of a snapshot. And he takes out the bat chat. That's his first kill, actually. But he's got nearly 3k damage and 1.3k of stun assist. Now the VK's come out and he's gone around. Can we get shots on him here? No, not really. This position's a bit awkward for that. Now there's still 3 enemy tanks on the enemy team. A Ferdinand, who's got 3 kills, the VK and the GW Tiger. Everybody's going over to deal with the VK, leaving the GW's Panther to guard the cap. It's 5 minutes left on the clock. Now 8-inch howitzer will do a lot of damage to that VK, but he needs to be very careful because that VK can do a lot of damage to Goliath Killer if he lets him. Charioteer, oh, what's he doing? He's trying to assault the VK. Is he going to be able to do it? Well, Goliath Killer's going to try and help him. And that's a shotgun. Nicely done. Takes out the VK. He held his fire until he was right on top of the VK. No chance that he could miss. And he kept moving long enough. Unfortunately, he did take a round from the GW Tiger, or at least some splash. Only 42 hit points to splash though. Now he would have gone unsighted to the GW now, so the GW can't see him. But the big worry is, where is that Ferdinand? And he doesn't want to get too close to the water, because the ice will break and you'll drop in. I've seen a KV2 do that. Okay, so he's aiming. You can see some trees have been knocked down, so there's a possibility the GW Tiger's somewhere in that back area. That's where most Arty tend to go to shoot. Either that or they go up on top of that little hill. I can see at least a couple of trees down there. I would estimate that he's probably in the forward trees. And somebody's in the cap, and that means it's probably the Ferdinand. And we've lost the... Oh, the GW Panther has actually joined us with the 45 TP. So somebody's in the cap area. We fired a round in. Now, who's going to go where? Well, it looks to me like Goliath Killer's going to go towards the enemy cap area, and the GW Panther and 45 TP are going back to their own cap to get the reset. Now, if they do locate the GW Tiger, the GW Panther can take shots at him from distance, and Goliath Killer can probably shotgun him. There's a possibility somebody might end up with a Defender medal here. GW Panther is taking up a position, so... oh, GW Panther's fallen into the water! He's drowning. There's the GW Tiger. You need to get close, and he shotguns him. 500 hit points. So that means the Ferdinand is back in the cap, and the GW has been killed, but we've lost the GW Panther because he fell into the ice. He got too close to the edge, and he's dropped into the water and drowned. That's what I was worried about for Goliath Killer, and that's the 2-minute warning. Now he needs to get into the cap and start capping immediately, and we've got the reset. Now, did we get the reset? No, we didn't get the reset because he was shot. We got the reset because the Ferdinand left the cap. But Goliath Killer's not in the cap and he needs to get in. And has he left it too late? Yes, he has left it too late. Oh no! There's not enough time left to cap. Unless the 45 TP joins, he should have driven straight into the cap circle before aiming. And as a result, he stayed outside to take the shot. And now it's too late. He can't cap out in time. The clock will go before he can complete the cap. Oh no! Fires at the Ferdinand. And the round hits the Ferdinand. But he's lost sight of him now. And there's no chance the Ferdinand's going to make it back. And there's no chance that Goliath Killer can cap out. They've lost the game, or rather it's a draw, because neither side can cap to win. And the Ferdinand can't make it back, so that's it. It's all over. All he can do is sit here and wait for the draw. Oh dear. And that just goes to show that you must, if something like this happens, you must dive into the cap as quickly as possible. And then take your shots, not try and sit outside taking shots at the enemy. Oh, this is so sad. He was doing so well. He shotgunned 2 enemy tanks, and now, unfortunately, it's going to end up a draw. 3, 2, 1. Clock's run out, and no, they didn't capture in time. 2 seconds left on the capture clock. It is a draw. Oh dear. 2 seconds, it's all it took. And here's the end of battle results. It was an ace tanker for Goliath Killer 1 in the M53, M55. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 20. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And the High Caliber for dealing the most damage overall in the battle. But it is a draw because he didn't get in the cap quickly enough. Oh, so sad. He could have won it for his team. He could have got an Invader medal as well on top of all of that. But no, unfortunately, didn't happen. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he got the highest damage, 4,408 hit points. That's next highest is the SU-101 with 3,241, and the Batchat 25 managed to get 3,041 on the enemy team, but of course he took that Batchat out with a lovely snapshot. Very, very nice indeed after he took out our SU-101. When it came to kills, it was actually the Ferdinand and the Batchat who managed to get the most, 4. And then the M53 and the M55 and GW Panther only got 3. I think actually a word should also go for Ebony Pegasus. She is a member of Arty Noobs. Unfortunately, she went too close to the edge and she fell into the water. If she hadn't fallen into the water, there would have been 2 in the cap and then it would have been possible to win. But again, she just went too close. You can't go close to the edge. I've done it. I've fallen in. Other people, I've seen it happen to them. You've got to remember the edge of the map is very, very brittle, and he even Goliath Killer got very close to the edge. And at one point, I thought he was going to go in as well, but he was lucky. He picked a piece of ice that was actually rather thick, and therefore, obviously, he stayed alive. When it came to base XP, he managed to get the highest amount with 785, and surprisingly that was enough for an ace tanker in the M53, M55 on that occasion. The next highest scorer was the SU-101 with 687, and then came the Tiger 1 on the enemy team with 676. So let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 14 rounds in that battle. He only had 20 to start with, so he had 6 left at the end. He got 5 direct hits, 5 penetration, and 11 splash. Damage of 4,408 hit points, of which 3,547 were at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit as a result of splash damage, and that was from the GW Tiger. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle. That was also the GW Tiger. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3 of them. And he also did damage assistance of 269 hit points and stun assistance of 1,715 hit points off 13 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 37,364 credits, and he got the Achievements Award because he picked up the High Caliber, 3,725, to equalise his score with that of the winning team, if there was a winning team. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he actually made a profit of 13,628 credits. He received 785 base XP, plus 460 for the Achievements Award there again, so he took away 1,245 experience points altogether. But, this could have been so different if only he'd driven straight into the cap before he started firing. And that's one lesson I learned a long while back. You just drive straight in. Your first job is to get the cap started. Then you can start worrying about shooting at the enemy. And obviously it would have helped if Ebony Pegasus had actually been there as well to help cap out. But again, didn't happen. So missed opportunity there, but certainly still a good game to get an ace tanker and a high caliber with the Gores. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.